Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to the second ever podcast for the BayArea Wiffle channel. I'm Nick Lobo, as you may know, and I'm joined by
Ryan+Nick+SPECIAL. What's going on, guys?
Today, we're going to have a little bit of a different podcast. We're going to have a special guest. Thank you for watching, first off. It really means a lot to us. And please subscribe. That's very important. We're going to have a fun video today, so stay tuned. It's going to be very eventful, impactful episode, many ups and downs, giving you some simple tips to survive Corona or stay safe during the pandemic, and see what the future holds for our channel. So I'd like to ask, how are you doing, Ryan?
I've been doing pretty well. Just trying to stay fit, working out, having fun, making these videos, making these edits, making these podcasts has really given us a bright spot. And just having a good time enjoying life, even though I'm stuck inside. How about you, Nick? How you been?
I've been doing pretty much the same. A lot of video games, a lot of homework, not doing too much, trying to work out, stay fit, or at least fitter. Just trying to keep myself entertained in every way possible.
Yeah, so pretty much the same as last week, but this week we're just excited to be able to bring you guys these podcasts. I think we're ready to bring our first piece of big news. So if you want to do that, go ahead.
As you know, we have a lot of time on our hands. We could use this time to be beneficial to ourselves, become the person we want to become. Do you have any goals for this pandemic? Like, when you come back, what do you want to do? Or what do you want to be?
Well, since we have so much free time, you want to try to get better at something. You want to try to better yourself.
Excuse me.
You're good. I want to obviously get stronger since we have really nothing else to do. So working out is just the best thing that we could be doing for our body. Stretching, doing all those sorts of things is just really good for you. And I encourage everybody at home to work out if you're not already. And just try to better yourself and your body. Eat good foods. Do something that's going to benefit yourself while you're bored at home.
Yeah, 100% agree. And I like that topic. Try something new. Like you said, we are trying something new in this podcast.
Exactly.
Last week was our first one. There was going to be a lot of mistakes. We didn't make a lot of mistakes. I said, about 5 billion times, and I'm working on that. I rambled a little bit. So we're going to try to change that. We're going to try to work on ourselves personally. Like you said, working out. We want to work out. We don't want to come back looking like a beached whale, looking like melted ice cream. We want to come back in wiffle ball shape,
Absolutely. So let's go ahead and move on. If you'd like to start us off with the next part.
Now we'd like to introduce a new anchor to this podcast, our third member to complete our group. Welcome, Chris Fancher.
Hey, guys.
What's up? I'd like to start you off with the same check-in questions that me and Ryan answered. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. Just chilling at home.
What have you been up to?
Not much, just school, playing games, usual stuff.
Okay. Is there anything else you would like to start off with? Like, can you introduce yourself? Who are you? How do you know us?
Okay, yeah. I've been in the league since the beginning, pretty much. I'm cousins to Ryan+Nick+SPECIAL. I'm an MVP.
He does have one of those. He does have an MVP.
2-time Cy Young. You already know.
Okay.
No need to
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, guys, he won the MVP last year in the American League. Beat out a bunch of talented guys. He batted over 400, hit over 20 homers. He had a very impressive year. His postseason got cut short a little bit, but he wanted a nice run. Actually beating Nick in the postseason last year.
Excuse me.
That was a great series. Nick put up a great fight, but it ended up turning out to Chris's favor, 2-0, and it was an entertaining series. Go ahead and go watch it. It's on the channel, Chris versus Nick. It's also one of our funniest videos. Just mentioning that.
We did have a lot of bloopers during that video.
It was really funny, guys. All right, let's go ahead and move on to our next slide.
So last episode, we made a huge mistake of not thanking the first responders. That was a huge mistake of us, and we're going to take time every episode to do that. So we'd like, as I said, we'd like to thank the first responders who are working their asses off every day just so we can come out of this pandemic hopefully unscathed. And we're sorry for not acknowledging them. Yeah, our friend's mom has been working very hard in the front line. She's risking her life every day to help support our country and help fight this awful pandemic. And we just really want to give a thanks and a shout out to her. Thank you to all the other first responders, and I hope you guys stay safe.
Thank you guys very much. We really appreciate you. If any of you guys are listening, like I said, we really appreciate what you guys are doing, risking your lives to help us. And we hope that you guys stay safe. All right, let's go ahead and transition over to some Corona talk.
Speaking about this terrifying time, there's some big stats that we want to talk about. First of all, it's almost affected 2.5 million people, and it's caused over 160,000 deaths. In the U.S. alone, 760,000 people have been infected, and 40,000 people have died. On contrast, there's been over 70,000 people who have recovered, which is great.
All right, so a little bit more Corona talk. As of April 19th, again, California surpasses 30,000 infected people, almost 1,500 deaths. That's where we live, guys. We're in California. This whole thing is crazy. It's really scary for everyone. It's obviously scary for wherever you're living too. No matter how many people are infected, you don't know where they're going to come out. You don't know where they're going to be, and you just feel sorry for the people that are, and you want them to survive.
Well said.
5 days ago, Dr. Fauci said sports should return in the near future only if fans are prohibited. This is a great sign for us. Although fans won't be able to go in, we will have something to watch on TV, hopefully. We really want to see sports come out, and that's what we live for, man. We want to watch baseball. We want to watch basketball. We want to watch football. We want to watch all these things. I know football's in a different season, but we want to watch the NBA postseason. We want to watch the start of the MLB. We want everybody to be able to do what they love and just have fun. All right, so that was a lot of Corona talk, a lot of sad news. Let's go ahead and actually transition into a little bit more sad news, but not Corona. So, as a lot of you know, my house was the main place that we played wiffle ball. And we touched on this a little bit in the last episode, but we will no longer be able to play at my house because of neighbors moving in. Nobody was in the house when we were playing. And before that, when we were playing, one of our friends lived in the house. You guys know Kai. He lived in the house across the street. So we had full access because their parents allowed us to play because that's something that we love to do. We love playing wiffle ball. We love sharing it with you guys, obviously, since it's all up on YouTube and Instagram. But now we won't be able to play because there's new neighbors there. It's not our choice, but we don't want to disrespect their property. And although we haven't asked if we can play, we want to be respectful and just not play and create new fields so we can have a better time without worrying about damaging or hurting the neighbors. So let's go ahead and cue the video to our best moments at my house.
Field is where it all started.
It really leaves an impact on you, how much that field meant to us.
Aiden! Home run! First ever home run of his career. 1-1 count. That ball is gone! Nick Lobo 2-run home run. Oh, yes! Home run! Yes!
We'll miss the field very much.
That ball's gone. Timmy!
And it is a dinger for Ryan Choi.
into the backyard with the workers. Our first matchup today is the 3 seed, the AL. 2-2. Strike 3. 1 out. The pitch from Ryan Choi. Strike 3 on a changeup. Count is 0-2. Oh, and Stillman's finally get a win. After, oh my goodness!
For another hit after a nice shot. That was a dirty pitch.
Oh, strike 3!
Ooh, his last strike. Top of the third, 0-2 count. Oh, and the nasty pitch!
Will he come back here? I don't know. We'll see. Mr. That's it is a IO! I called it! I called
I mean,
Good
I'll
game.
win. I have a positive attitude.
Alright, welcome back from that clip that we just made. So we're gonna get back on track with this podcast.
All right, Nick, go ahead and tell us about the new members.
Yeah, so we do have a new member. That's Chris, as you guys know. He's our new anchor. He's going to be our third anchor that we wanted. But we're also going to have guests, like he said. And today our guest is going to be Aiden Sakai. So I'm going to introduce him. Aiden. Oh, there we go.
Yo, what's up? What's up, y'all?
What's up, Aiden?
How are you guys doing?
Good. How
Not
are you?
bad.
I'm pretty good. Pretty bored. Yeah.
So I'd like to ask you a little bit of questions. Who are you? How'd you get into the league?
I am Ryan's teammate on his travel baseball team, and I've known Chris since I was like 9, playing baseball with him, and I got into the league basically just like coming over sometimes and just like hanging out, and I decided I kind of wanted to play wiffle ball, and so yeah, that's pretty much how I got into the league.
That's great news. I'm pretty sure you witnessed history when I did beat Troy in the playoffs.
One count. That's it. Nick Lobo moves on.
The Wild Card game is historical.
I did witness that.
Yeah.
That was one of the craziest games. That was insane.
So I'd like to ask you, how was your first experience of playing in our league? I know you played one game.
It was very fun. I enjoyed it. At first I will admit I could not get a hit to save my life because the pitching is a little bit different than regular baseball because obviously the shorter distance and the movement that comes from the wiffle ball pitches are like I've never seen it. So it just took some getting used to.
Yeah. So you're pretty dominant in the league so far. I did not get a hit off you, unfortunately. So that was unfortunate. That brings me to my next question. Where do you think you'll rank among the league veterans, some of the new rookies who are pretty talented? Where do you think you'll rank?
I think hopefully I'll be in the middle, like in like the general, like the average player. But you know, I'm always striving to be at the top, and if it just so happens to go that way, then I'll go that way. But if I since it is my first season, I probably will struggle in the beginning, but hopefully I will adapt and get used to the differences.
Well said. Who do you think will be your biggest competition for our next season?
I think it'll be Ryan because I cannot get a hit off of him, and he hits absolute tanks off of me. So that'll be a challenge, and Kai as well because same reasons.
Nah, Kai's light.
Like Ryan said, Kai is light. Do you think you will win Rookie of the Year?
I don't know because I had not seen Edgar play, which I think is the other rookie. But I am hoping that my performance is good enough to earn the Rookie of the Year award. So.
Well, you do have a 50% chance of winning, so good luck to you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd like to ask you some more questions as well. What grade are you in?
I'm a freshman in high school.
What are some of your hobbies?
Some of my hobbies are like, I wouldn't call baseball a hobby, but I play baseball.
It's a sport.
As I said before, it is a sport. It's not like soccer, which
It's a passion.
There you go.
It's a hobby.
Activity.
It's activity. It's a great activity. I also play a little bit of video games, but not too much. And I work out.
Yeah. I'd like to bring it back to some of the check-in questions that I'd like to ask you. Just, what are your thoughts about coronavirus? What do you think about this pandemic?
Obviously, it's a very interesting time that we're in, as this is like nobody, like we don't have a vaccine yet. Obviously, and this quarantine is like it's obviously very boring, but we should also focus on why we're quarantined, which is it's just to flatten the curve. And I think that our country, since it is very strong, will be able to come out of this coronavirus at an interesting time. I think we'll come out of this very well.
That's well said about flattening the curve, staying safe. And lastly, I'd like to ask, is there anything else you'd like us to know about you?
My family's from Hawaii. That's an interesting fact that I always like to put out.
That's pretty interesting.
Yeah, so
now we're going to transition into a new topic. Ryan, go ahead.
Thank you so much for joining us, Aiden. You can stay on. So, like Nick said, we're going to transition to league talk. We talked a little bit about this stuff last week, but we finalized our decisions this week. First off, playoff qualifications, you have to play 13 games at least. I think that's a good amount of games to play, with the max being 18. 13 is about 70% of 18. If you play 70% of your games, you're going to be able to play in the playoffs this year. So the top 3 players in each league, there's 2 leagues, we have 10 players. So 5 players in each league. The top 3 will automatically make it to the playoffs. The 4 and the 5 seed will play a wild card game. This idea was brought to us by Chris, and we loved it right when we heard it. The wild card games will be fantastic and very entertaining because they're just one game and you're gone. The other games will be 3-game series, and the World Series will most likely be 5-game series. So the winner of the 4 and 5 seed wildcard game will play the 1 seed, and the 2 seed will play the 3 seed. And that will just be the bracket style for this year's playoffs. Speaking of new additions and new changes, Nick, do you want to talk about the field dimensions?
Yeah, sure. As you know, like we said before, we're transferring fields, we're moving new fields. Unfortunate as it is, but we all have to overcome and adapt in something at life, and this is ours. And we're going to start marking the fields. We're going to have 90 feet side for home runs and 100 feet in the middle, 70 feet for a single, 80 feet for a double, 80 to the fence is a triple, and the pitching mound is going to be 35 feet away.
All right, thanks, Nick. Now, Chris, what do you think of the playoff system with the 4 and 5 seed playing the wild card game?
I really like the playoff tree, because it gives everyone a fair shot at making it to a World Series, no matter what seed they end up in.
I totally agree with you. Aiden, thoughts?
I like it because it's very inclusive and it allows everyone a good chance to get to the World Series, as Chris said.
All right, Nick, what are your thoughts? Aiden and Chris both gave theirs. Your opinion is up.
I really like the idea of the 13-game minimum. It really makes you show how skillful you are in the amount of games, because there have been people who played 4 games and won 3, and they just have a better record than the people who played 20 games. So it's truly a way of showing everybody at the same skill level.
Let's go and transition to new sections of the channel where Nick is going to explain.
Yeah, so I've said before in the last podcast, we really wanted to expand the channel, make it a little bit more interesting, have new ideas, and we've come up with some ideas. Vlogging, me, Ryan, some of the others have always wanted to do a vlog. Vlogs are impressive. We've always looked up to people like Roman Atwood who vlog their lives, and we always thought that was a cool idea. So we might try that.
Now, let me get your thoughts, Aiden, on what do you think would be the best idea out of gaming, vlogging, and basketball?
I think vlogging, because like right now we actually can't, get together to play basketball, and vlogging, we can send the videos to each other, and we can see like a look into each of our daily lives, and I think that'd be very interesting.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
That is. So is there anything else you guys would like to say? Just to throw it out there.
I was thinking maybe for some video ideas, we can do like our workout routines, maybe.
Oh,
That's a good idea.
I do twerk for a workout. It's called a workout. I'm sure you guys some of that.
Nick is a top one twerker. I think we're going to wrap this one up, guys. Thank you so much to the first responders for doing everything that you've done for us and keeping us safe in this awful time. Thank you very much to Chris for becoming an anchor with us. You will see him in future weeks. And I'd like to give a big thank you to Aiden Sakai for coming on and being our first actual guest. You did a great job today. Thank you, Aiden. We good, boys?
We good?
All right. Thank you guys so much. All right.
Yeah.
See ya, boys.